Driving research is something that merges the two pieces of what I do. TGM is my racing piece, JKTG Foundation is my research piece. And because of how we approach research in a different way, we are driving research nationally in a different direction. We are getting into the basic sciences and trying to figure out how things work, and then evolve that into more transformative, directive research for more effective treatments and solutions for cancer. At the very end of 2012, I created the Ted Giovanis Foundation for Health and Policy, otherwise known as JKTG. Decided to go into the policy space initially, but then in 2014 we transformed into cancer research, and that's where we are today, mostly focusing on metastatic breast cancer. How we are making research investments in a new and different way is really how the two merge together. It's going to be transformative because we pick the researcher first, then we pick what institution they just happen to be working with. Most of the research now is invested after things have been de-risked. So somebody else has proven something, then somebody else picks it up. We're starting at the beginning and then moving forward. Traditionally, in this country, most research is funded after it's been de-risked, which means that somebody along the line, for whatever reason, has done a proof of concept. They kind of know the basic direction of what's going on. Virtually nobody makes investments early on to try to find out how things work before as we find a basic direction. And once you find a basic direction, you'll wind up with more effective treatments and potentially cures later on. To give an example is the analogy of a football field. The red zone, which is the last 20 yards before a team scores, that's pretty much where the drug companies are. Things have been evolved to a certain stage, and as we call it, de-risked, that they will invest money to get it into the end zone. There's been a proof of concept either identified accidentally or just in the course of other research. What the JKTG Foundation has decided to do is we are investing down the opposite end of the field. We are trying to figure out how to get the ball out to the five, how things work. Why do cancer cells behave the way they do? Why do they talk to each other the way they do? What are they saying? How do we interrupt those communication signals? And that will ultimately lead to drugs of the future for future more targeted treatments.